YouTube. Today I'm talking about The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6, Episode 4. It starts off with Kenya. Please, Bravo, don't ever start another Housewives of Atlanta with Kenya Moore. I'm just saying. But it starts her off with her twirling. She just taking this twirling to a whole different level. But anyway, she twirling, one of them acrobatic little things where they be on the little strings, be at the little circus or whatever, be on the little ropes, and they just use their arms and legs and all that kind of shit. It look fun, don't get me wrong, but watching Kenya on it, I don't know. But she's on it, she's twirling or whatever. Then Candy arrives. Candy like, I can't do that. She hurt her ankle or some shit. And then, also, she says she's on a diet, so she's like in a cranky mood or whatever. So then we had, they go outside and sit down so they can talk. And Candy is basically wants to talk about the Apollo texting situation. And Kenya was like, she don't understand why Candy is worried about the texts. She needs to be worried about her own man and who he texting and all this kind of shit. Now, in a way, I agree with that. In a way, I agree with that. Like, that's not your relationship. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with you. But then on the other hand, you be like, hey, Phaedra's her homegirl, and if you doing this to her, then she want to make sure you ain't gonna be doing this with Todd. Like, bitch, we want to make sure, because if you friends and you know that a lady is texting one of your other friends' husband, you be like, bitch, wait a minute, hold on, let me get to know you and talk to you, make sure you ain't gonna be doing that shit with my husband, because that's some foul shit. So they kind of basically talk about the little text message or whatever. So Kenya like basically like, hold up, before we even get into that, let me go get my phone, because I saved the text messages and I'll show you. So the texts that she showed Candy wasn't inappropriate, but Candy was like, it saw one that said LOL, thanks babe, or some shit, and then she thought it was inappropriate. So apparently Kenya must have forgot to delete that one and just showed Candy the one she wanted her to see. I don't know why people be like, well, I'm gonna show you the text message. Bitch, you can delete the texts that you want to be shown. Don't do it, Kenya. You could have deleted the sexual ones and just showed the friendly ones. Girl, boo. But, hey, if them was the only texts that y'all did, it still was inappropriate because, bitch, you wasn't getting along with Phaedra. He was talking about he didn't like you at the reunion. So why are y'all still having a conversation? Period. So, anyway, she just basically was just, Candy was telling her, like, the comment that she made at the reunion made everybody think that something was happening or whatever. Kenya is just like, Candy, you have an attitude. I feel like you have an attitude. Yeah, you did, Candy, but she told you, bitch, her mood was fucked up before y'all even sat down from her diet. But Candy was like, no, every time somebody try to talk to you, either shut them down or you try to talk over them. So they kind of left that conversation, like, up in the air. They was giving each other little side eyes or whatever. So then we have Portia. She's at her therapist. She's basically telling her therapist that when she was in there the last time with Cordell, it was things that she couldn't be open and honest about because she still had to go home to Cordell and still had to deal with the backlash or whatever. So they talked about the relationship and she was talking about how she was trying to fake it until they made it or whatever. And the lady she was talking about how she didn't have her name wasn't on the house, her name wasn't on the bank account. The therapist was like, hired help could have did that, what you was doing. So don't make it seem like just because you was the wife, this was what you were supposed to do or whatever. So then she was telling her, like, did you have a husband or did you have a father? And Portia kind of just like broke down. And I felt bad for Portia with this one, because you can see that she was in a controlling relationship. You can see that anybody can see that Cordell wanted his marriage to be ran a certain way. And she signed up for that. So I'm not excusing Portia on that one. Because, baby, you signed up to be his Barbie doll. You knew what he was like. She was talking about how he changed once they got married or whatever. But, bitch, you could have broke off with that marriage in the beginning. I'm just saying, like, I'm tired of women saying they married. Well, no, I understand in a certain aspect of, okay, you want to be this wife, you want to be this mother, you want to, have this facade of homemaker. So I get that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't expect these women or people to feel sorry for you because this is what you brought out to the table. That's just like me. That's like if I was out there saying me and my dude just had the best relationship or whatever, and then knowing I'm miserable at home, I can't expect everybody to feel sorry for me when it comes out that he was dogging the shit out of me. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going on in my relationship, so I don't want nobody to think that. But I'm just saying, like, I couldn't expect nobody to feel sorry for me when this is what I put out. I'm just saying. Like, this is what you put out, Portia, so it's kind of hard for people to feel sorry for you in that aspect. I'm just saying, because we saw that he was controlling. You just didn't want to. And then even her therapist was like, you got mad because your friends were telling you the truth. And that's what happened. Because we all saw in the last season that Cordell wanted his relationship ran a certain way. And you was trying to say, oh no, Cordell is not like that. I make my own decisions. Now that you guys are divorced, now you coming out and just speaking your truth. Like I said, it's her truth. Because I don't know. I'm not going off on Cordell. I'm not going off on Portia because them two is the only one know their truth in their marriage. He know if he was controlling. She know if he was or wasn't controlling. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if this is just for her storyline. Because I'm not saying that this isn't true, so don't nobody get me wrong saying this isn't true. But we know how these girls get on these reality shows and make up these stories just so they can have a storyline. I'm just saying. But if it's true, it's fucked up. But you put yourself in that situation because she said that she was looking for things that she saw because her father died when she was 17. And she was looking for that stability, you know what I'm saying, of what her father used to do, she thought a man should do. And this is why I blame parents, because we do that. And I was taught that too. Like, if a man can't treat me the way my father treated me, then I don't want to fuck with him. I'm just saying. My father spoiled me. So if another man can't spoil me, my daddy didn't tell me no. So it's hard for me to hear no from another man when that's not what my father instilled in me. He was like, shit, if a man can't take care of you, if a man can't spoil you and make you feel like you a queen, you don't need to be with him. So I understood what Portia was saying on that aspect of her relationship and him being her kind of father. Whatever. So then the lady asked her, looked down and saw that Portia was still wearing her ring or whatever. And Portia was like, I wear it because it's not final. When I know that it's over and it's final and the ink dry, then I'll take off my ring. But like the lady said, baby, you just still hold on to this relationship because you still wearing that ring. Anyway, moving on from them. Cynthia's at home. She's in recovery. Nene comes by. They over there talking, yada, yada, yada. They were talking about Candy. Candy ended up calling, or they called her, or whatever. I wasn't paying attention. But, they was talking about, Kenya. They were talking about Portia. Candy wants to have a lunch, for Portia, just for the girls to get together and uplift her spirits, because when Candy saw her, she was down or whatever, yada, yada, yada. So they was like, okay, that's cool. Nene was like, you find out who your real friends are during a breakup. And that is true. You do find out who was really there for you. Even when you just going through, period. You find out who your real friends are, or who the people that just want to know your business. Then we had Candy at the yogurt shop. She meets up with Phaedra. And whatever. They talked about Mama Joyce and Todd's connection, and they still not cool. They also talk about Kenya. Phaedra's over her. She. It was funny because she was like, "Oh, saggy diaper booty." I was like, you guys are not gonna keep throwing shade this season on each other booty, because both of y'all need to get y'all shit right. Candy then talked about the text messages or whatever. Like I said, she said she's over it. She just don't want to have shit to do with Kenya. Stuff like that. So, hey, Phaedra was like, she's lying. They did see each other in LA because, like Kenya said, nothing was inappropriate. Nothing happened between them each other. Kenya made it, when her and Candy was talking, she was like, I don't recall seeing him or talking to him or whatever. And I was like, it's either a yes or no, bitch, for real. So, even when Phaedra was talking to Candy, she was like, yes, they did see each other. She lying, they saw each other in LA at the Beverly Wilshire. Yada, 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 whatever. So then we have Cynthia. She's talking talking with her Bailey boys, Carlton, and I forgot the other dude's name, but she was talking to them about, stuff going on with the agency, just work shit. Then her daughter comes in and asks for a credit card and about some books or whatever. One thing I can say is Noelle is growing up, and she is really, really a pretty young lady. But she was talking to her mom, and then her mom was asking her about a young man that she's been talking to on the phone. Come to find out, she has a little boyfriend. So they were talking about, just, is she kissing? She was really uncomfortable talking to her mama, but her mama was telling her, like, I just want for us to have that open communication where you could be able to talk to me and stuff like that. So I get that conversation. And hey, you're going to have a more heart attack as she grow older because she's pretty. She's pretty. And just more boys going to want to deal with her. She has a pretty mom, famous dad. People are going to want to deal with her regardless. So just keep teaching her the right way to go. And I think she'll get there. Candy and the ladies, they all meet up. Everybody except Kenya, because they don't like Kenya. So they all meet up for lunch. They order the food, and Nene did not know how to she didn't know how to pronounce taquitos. Stop acting like you so rich, bitch. Like, for real. I don't even eat taquitos, and I know how to pronounce it. And my thing is, bitch, how you gonna be so rich and you can't even pronounce just shit that's just like sound it out? I don't know. Did you? I'm gonna leave that alone, Nene. But come on now. I don't know what she called them, but she didn't call them taquitos. But anyway, Portia ended up coming. They having this lunch for Portia to support her through her little divorce or whatever, and let her know that they're there for her. So this is where we get to Portia. She comes in, and she just basically tells them that, because they asked her plan, and she just basically tells them her truth. Like I say, it's her truth. And about her controlling marriage and how he used to do this and how he used to do that. And everybody was just like, oh my God. And how he moved her shit out the house. How he didn't want her family to come over. He didn't want the ladies to come over. She would have to get approval for whoever came to the house or whatever. So I was just like, her truth. I don't want to speak on somebody else's marriage. It was her truth. Hey, he ain't on here to defend himself. The other ladies was like, damn, we didn't know that was going on. And she just apologized because she put up this facade in front of these women. And now she just want to show them the real Portia or whatever. So they cheers to the real Portia. And I guess this is where she's going to start coming out and being who she is. So yada, 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 whatever. Nene and Kenya meets up. Nene goes to Kenya's house. Before she even get there, she say how she's staying in it, because we know she's staying in a hotel or whatever for the time being, because she just got put out. She have to find somewhere. So Nene was like, oh, she live in the ghetto, wah, wah, wah. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, you from the ghetto. Come on. Whatever. I don't care how much shit she had or how much, fame she had or whatever. Bitch, she had to move. She had to put a roof over her head. So if she had to go stay at Motel 6 for the week, fuck it. Come on now, like, for real, Nene. Then, she gets in the house. She walking around all around the house. Damn, Kenya couldn't even say, well, this is this room. Nene just walking around all around the goddamn room, hotel room. And she just really talking about it. Oh, she got a white refrigerator. Bitch, I got a white refrigerator. And as long as it stay clean, what's wrong with a white refrigerator? Come on now, Nene. Like, shut that shit down. I don't like Nene when she try to act like she just so rich and everybody's beyond her, and the bitch act like she didn't come from the hood. That shit pisses me off. So she end up, they on their way to go and find her an apartment or whatever, a house or whatever. They gonna go find her, because Nene was like, I called my realtor and all this kind of stuff. Bitch, you should have found out what her coins was like before you called somebody realtor. So then they talk about her African man that she had, because I don't think she with him no more. So hey, whatever. So they get to this the Astoria. I think this is like a hotel too, but it got condos or whatever, because I know they have like one in New York and stuff like that. So it's like this luxury condo. And she basically like, this is too small, especially for, I guess, the price they was asking for this. And Nene was just like, oh yes, this is this and this. Bitch, my thing is, don't never take a friend with you that thinks they better than you. Because then they going to show you some shit that's out your price range or some shit that ain't just for you. So, hey, that apartment condo was for Nene. That shit wasn't for her. You can't tell me where to live and where I'm gonna be comfortable and make me spend my goddamn money. I'm just saying, bitch, let me bring me some neighborhoods. Let me Google it or something. Let me look around and see if that's what I want to look at. The price ranges, whatever, and then I'll let you know. But Nene didn't do that. Nene just took her somewhere, and it was too small for Kenya. And Nene was like, well, I'm going to have to see, ask Phaedra how many booty videos she did. Bitch, why you asking somebody that don't get along with her? Come on now, boo. So then, anyway, after that, let's get on to the last shit that happened. Phaedra and Apollo meet up for dinner. And he was there first. She ended up coming. He started complaining about they don't have some them time. He feel alone. It's either the kids or her schooling, and she was like, okay, I'll give you some time in 4 days after my exam. I was just like, oh, okay. So then they started talking about, he gave her a subpoena. I don't know if it was from the people's lawyer that's suing Kenya's lawyer. I don't know, but they wanted her to come to court or whatever, and she was like, I don't have shit to do with that. Bitch, you got subpoenaed, you got something to do with that. So then they talked about, she was like bringing up her or whatever. They bring up the text messages or whatever, and he was like, nothing happened, you know, no lines was crossed. I don't think I crossed any lines. Do you think I crossed any lines? And she was like, yeah, because you shouldn't have been texting her, period. You don't be texting my friends. He was like, you ain't my mama. I would have punched him in the fucking throat. The forehead, the throat. I don't know, but he would have got swung on. I'm just saying, like, I understand some of the things Apollo was saying because this is how men feel, but for you to tell me that you're not my mama, you ain't gonna tell me who to talk to, yada yada yada, you the one brought her in this circle. Are you serious? You would have got hit. Ain't no fucking way in the world my dude would have told me he gonna talk to a bitch that wants him, knowing this bitch don't like me. You was just talking shit to her at the reunion, but all of a sudden you can talk to her if you want to. Okay, you can talk to her if you want to. I bet you'll be like that motherfucker on American Horror Story with his tongue cut out his motherfucking mouth. I'm just saying. Call me bitch, call me what you want. I'm just saying. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind that my dude have female friends. I don't mind that because he don't trip about me having male friends. But you're not going to be talking to no bitch that I know want to fuck you. Ain't going to happen. No. First of all, you ain't going to talk to a bitch that you was just cussing out at the reunion show, putting her on blast. That's not going to happen. So what conversation y'all need to have now? Then he said he didn't initiate the conversation, and I'm like, yes, you did, boo. I wish Kenya showed her the text message that it started from him. Regardless if it didn't start from him, you should have been texting Kenya. Period. He was like, I'm over it. He was talking about, because she kept smiling, and I'm like, but if you don't know, nigga, she's smiling because she don't want to pick up the knife and slash her throat with it. That's why she's smiling. But he was getting irritated because she was smiling and shit, talking about your little smirking and whoa. They got mad. They leave. They left together. But I'm like, how did y'all leaving together when you was there first and then she arrived? So what the fuck is her car? How did y'all leave together? They left together arguing in the car. And I'm like, how is this possible? Where's her car at? Did she get dropped off in a taxi? I don't know. But anyway, that was my review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6, Episode 4. Next week I want to see it because it looked like Candy, Mama Joyce was drunk as shit at that table with her and Todd and them having that dinner. I was like, is she drunk? I don't know. But anyway, make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. I do everything by the Ghetto View, THA, not THE. So talk to me. I'll talk back. Don't have a problem with that. Make sure you check out my girl Ashley Miller 1987. She's also doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. Check out Some More Love, Tasha C, Mike B 801. We all do reviews, different shows. Some More Love has a fashion channel, so check her fashion channel out too. Talk to us and we'll talk back. Also, it's another girl that I want to tell you guys to watch, but I cannot remember her name. But I will do it. I'm sorry that I cannot remember your name, but I know it's a new up and coming YouTuber, and I want you guys to check her out. She's a really pretty girl. She do Bad Girl Club reviews and stuff like that, and she's really pretty, and she's really seem like she's a sweet chick. So check her out. I will find her information and I'll put it in the more info box, so you guys can just, even if I don't put her link, I'll put her name, so you guys can at least type in her name and check out her videos. I think it's Special K All Day or something like that. I don't want to get it wrong, but like I said, I will put it in the more info box. And I would like to see her channel grow. So, I'm the type of person that I will support your channel. If you tell me to shout you out and you have a YouTube channel, I will shout you out, because everybody got to start somewhere. So, hey, I don't mind helping nobody out on their YouTube channels, because I would like to sing for mine. So, hey, if you got some friends that don't watch my channel, make sure you tell some friends about my channel. Shit, we can all get this shit to going. But alright then, talk to you guys tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Alright, peace.